friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be my September reset where I just spend the day resetting my month, making goals, making my TBR, some content planning. It's kind of an everything type of video. There's a little bit of a book haul, a little bit of an unhaul, some monthly favorites. So let's just get into the video starting with my monthly goals. If you watched last month's reset, I had two goals for the month. The first one was to post more regularly on Instagram because I just do not post on my Instagram feed because my feed had such a specific aesthetic. I was putting too much pressure on myself to take the perfect, most aesthetically pleasing pictures, and I just wanted to be able to post on there very casually, which I have definitely done. It might not seem like a lot, but in August, I posted twice onto my Instagram feed, which considering in the past like 4 years, I've posted maybe 3 pictures onto my Instagram feed. Posting twice in 1 month is huge for me. And I do think that this has helped me get more confident in just like posting whatever I want onto my feed. I'm never gonna be a girly who's posting like every day, but as I get more into the habit, I think it will become easier. Honestly, the only reason I didn't post more is because I just kept forgetting about it because it's not something that I normally do. And then my second goal was to allow myself to drop more balls. And what I meant by that was that I'm always juggling so many things and I wanted to allow myself to set things down, not feel like I have to do everything all at once all the time. Something that a lot of people commented on that video was really good advice, and that's it's important to recognize which balls are rubber and will bounce back when you drop them, and which ones are glass that will shatter when you drop them. I thought that was such a good analogy. Now, have I done this? No. If anything, I think I have taken on more balls. August was just a very difficult month for me personally. I had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. When I'm struggling personally, I throw myself into work even more. So I was, you know, the stars were not aligning for me to drop balls, and that's probably not gonna happen this month either because I have a lot going on personally. Check in with me again next year. Maybe I will be able to drop some balls in 2024. Okay, so for my goals for this month, my first goal is that I want to post 2 videos a week. For a couple months, I had to scale back my uploading schedule to just 1 video a week, but in August, I actually was able to post twice a week, every single week. So that's why I think that this is a very manageable goal for me in September since I just did it in August. In theory, I would like to post more than that. However, for my own, like the type of content that I like to make and the level of effort that I like to put into my videos, that's just not really manageable for me, but I think 2 videos is very doable. And then my second goal is that I would really like to learn how to crochet. I've always wanted to learn how to crochet or knit or cross stitch or just some kind of like relaxing little like hobby that I can do while I'm listening to audiobooks or watching TV because I'm very restless and I always kind of have to be doing something with my hands. So I feel like crocheting is probably the best bet for me. I went out and I bought some supplies. I got some crochet hooks and some yarn, and I am trying to learn. However, it's not going the best, but I haven't dedicated like a solid amount of time to doing it. I think once I do that, I should be able to pick it up. That is something that I would like to tackle this month. So those are my goals for the month. Now we are going to pick out all of my TBR books for September and talk about some of my reading plans. Alright, so in September, I'm actually going to be filming a lot of my spooky Halloween vlogs for October, but I do have a few books that I am for sure reading in September outside of those videos. The first one being Night Film. This is my book club book for Patreon, which I'm so excited to read. This is like a crime thriller told in mixed media files, and this is a book that I've been wanting to read for literally so long. So I'm very excited to read this and discuss it with all of my patrons this month. Another Patreon book that I'm definitely going to be reading is Air Awakens. I will be reading this in a vlog for my main channel, but this was voted on by my patrons. We did a whole book bracket where there were like 32 books that they narrowed down to get one final winner, and Air Awakens was the winner, so I will be also reading this. This is a fantasy romance with elemental magic and a main character who is a librarian assistant. And then then I'm going to be doing a buddy read of Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. This is also a fantasy romance about a witch who accidentally awakens an ancient evil demon who, when he wakes up, he mistakes the main character for his long dead wife, a wife who betrayed him. It sounds so good. I cannot wait to read this. And then I'll give you one little sneak peek of something that I'm going to be reading for my October videos, and that is Ring Shout by P.G. Jelly Clark. This is kind of like a horror fantasy alternate history, and I'm so excited to read this. I've read a couple other things by this author and I really enjoyed them, and I feel like this is one that everybody always talks so highly about. Those are some of my reading plans for September. I do have an entire video of all of my fall reading plans in my fall TBR that I will link if you want to go watch that, and that has a lot of the books that I'm planning on reading over the next 3 months. Alright, time to open a little bit of book mail that I have here. Both of these are from Bloom. We will open up this pink one first. I already kind of sliced it, but the sticker says, "In my cowboy era," which, what do we think it is? Everybody take a guess. I'm so excited. Oh my god, it is the new cover of Flawless by Elsie Silver, which you guys know I'm obsessed with this series. It is so pretty. Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is the first in a series of cowboy small town romances. They are literally so amazing. So very excited about that one. I gave this 5 stars. And then the other book is maybe another one, maybe Heartless. Oh my god, another book that I love that I've given 5 stars, Lotus by Jennifer Hartman. This is her other book besides Still Beating that I love. And they take place in the same universe. They're kind of companions. And this one is so good. It's about a boy who was kidnapped when he was a little kid and held hostage in a bunker for like 20 years, and now he has escaped and trying to figure out how to live life when all he's ever known really is like this tiny small bunker. Oh my god, it's so good. So we need to go add these to my shelves with my Elsie Silver collection and my Jennifer Hartman collection that is fastly growing. I'm gonna move all of these down, and then we can put that one right there with all of the rest. And then I already have 3 copies of Lotus, so let me make some room. I'll slide it in right there with all of the other ones. Can we tell that I love Jennifer Hartman? Is that obvious? Now I'm going to see if there's anything that I can unhaul. In all of these resets, I try to unhaul a couple books each time, not like a giant unhaul, but just a few that I think I can get rid of. And I already have 2 that I've mentioned that I am unhauling, and that is my Olivia Blake books. I read this book and absolutely hated it. 1 star. Terrible. So I just feel like she is not the author for me, and there is someone else who will love to have these, so we're gonna unhaul these. I can't remember if I've showed this, but I think I'm gonna unhaul Enthralled by Gianna Darling. I just don't see myself ever reading this, and if I am gonna read another Gianna Darling book, it's going to be, what's it called? The Anti-Hero Duet. It's not gonna be this. All right, let's see if there's anything on my shelves. This one is a possible unhaul because I really did not like this. However, I love Grady Hendrix and I own all of his books, so I kind of like having the full collection. So I think I'll hold on to it for now. Same with Tender as the Flesh. I hated this, but I like having it for the collection. I also would really like to grow my physical collection of translated books that I have. So I kind of think I want to hold on to this one. I don't see anything else that I want to get rid of right now, so we'll just do these 3. I feel like that's a good little stack. So we can do a little bit of content planning, and I can let you know a couple things that I have planned for the month. So I'm going to be doing like the ultimate fall recommendations video. That should be up this week. That's probably the next video that I'm going to upload. I've also been working on a week in the life of a full-time booktuber, which is like a very in-depth look about everything that I do behind the scenes. It is a very long, very like very in-depth video, so that should be up sometime in the middle of the month. I'm also doing another scavenger hunt chooses what I read, and this time I'm actually doing it as like a group activity with my patrons, and we're doing that on the weekend of the 16th and the 17th, and I'm gonna post a list of all of the prompts, and we're all gonna do it together and then read the book together that weekend. So I'm very excited about that. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, basically it is like a list of scavenger hunt prompts that take you through your bookshelves. So it'll be like, find a book with blue on the cover and like go to page 13, and then the first word you see, pick another book with that word in the title, and then it'll continuously take you through books until you get to your final book, and that is the one that you have to read. So I'm very excited to do that. I loved doing it last year, and I'm excited to be doing that with my patrons this time. And then lastly, like the main video, the main vlog that I'm filming all throughout September is I'm reading the oldest books on my TBR. I went through like all of my past like old videos to find a list of the books that I've had on my shelves for the longest, and I'm gonna be reading a bunch of those in this vlog. So those are my main plans for September. Again, like I said, I am using September to film a lot of my October content. So the bulk of my reading in September will be for October videos. And then lastly, we always end off these videos with some of my monthly favorites. So my favorite book that I read in the month was actually a reread, and it was the Mindfuck series by St. Abby. I did an entire like 40-minute spoiler vlog for this series on my Patreon, and it actually ended up being one of my favorite videos that I have ever made. I had so much fun with it. Who cares if she killed people?
I don't care if Ryan murdered his entire family. He is like a son to me.
Beep beep beep, call him up and be like, hey, I need you to like hack into this thing for me. And he'd be like, done. Oh my god, what she did to them. She's 2 seconds away from a panic attack.
I'm super darn stressed.
You're going after my man? I think not. Dun dun dun. This series is definitely like an all-time favorite, and I was very nervous to reread it because I loved it the first time when I read it in like 2020, and I was nervous I wouldn't love it as much the second time, but if anything, I loved it even more. And then making this spoiler vlog for it just like amped up my love for the series. But yeah, it's a really fun video. It's kind of like part spoiler vlog, part commentary. Like there's a lot of jokes in it. I had fun with it. I kind of like played around, and it was just so fun. My favorite movie of the month is actually a shock to me, and that is Red, White, and Royal Blue. I was not the biggest fan of the book. Like I thought the book was fine, but I definitely never loved it as much as I think a lot of people did. So I wasn't super excited about the movie. But oh my god, the movie was so good. It hit it out of the park. I've watched it like 5 times now. It's definitely been added to my list of comfort movies. I just thought it was so great, and every time I watch it, I just feel so cozy and happy. Which brings me to my favorite TV show of the month, which is Heartstopper. I rewatched Heartstopper season 1 before season 2 came out, and then I watched season 2, and I just love this show so much. It's also in my list of cozy comfort watches. It is just so amazing, so good. I've been kind of going through a rough time lately in my personal life, and these 2 things have just given me so much joy. There was never a better time for these to come out and bless me in my life with these cozy comfort watches. Oh, another movie that I liked, I wouldn't say it's like my favorite movie, but I was very surprised at how much I enjoyed it, and that is Significant Other. It is a horror movie that I don't even know how to explain it, because the direction that it goes is not what you think at all. Like I would recommend watching this movie without looking up anything about it. It goes in crazy directions, but essentially it is about a couple who go on like a hike in the wilderness together, and then crazy shit starts happening. It was so unexpectedly good, and I feel like it's very rare for me to watch a movie and be surprised at where it goes, and I was constantly surprised watching this movie. Okay, now for some random favorites. One of them are these pants buttons. I don't know if they have a different name. That's just what I've been calling them. But basically, ever since I had my surgery, I have lost quite a bit of weight. So none of my pants fit me anymore. And I was like, ugh, I do not want to go try on pants, because there's nothing worse than being in like a Target dressing room trying on jeans. Absolutely, that is the bottom pit of hell. I was informed about these things, which are pants buttons. You can see I got little flower ones, but basically you pin these onto the waistband of your pants, and then you can clip them in together like that, so it cinches your pants in for you. And they're so cute. It came with like a pack of 4, and they're all different colors, and I have really been enjoying them. I already have a pair on my favorite jeans that are oh my god, literally before I got these the other day, I was wearing them at my parents' house and my pants almost fell down. It was so embarrassing. But yeah, these work and I really love them. I got them on Amazon. So definitely a nice little alternative to having to buy completely new pants. A kind of food favorite, I got some pistachio syrup for my coffee. I got the Monin, I'll put a picture of it right here. It's downstairs and it's very heavy, so I don't want to bring it up here. But I've been loving that. I've been making brown sugar pistachio lattes every day, and oh my god, it is so good. If you like nutty syrups, if you like, you know, like toffee nut, hazelnut, chestnut praline, just that kind of nutty vibe, the pistachio syrup is so good. I've really been enjoying that. And then I have 2 perfume favorites. This one I've already talked about. It is the Love by Kilian Don't Be Shy perfume. That was Rihanna's signature scent. This is so good. I would literally make love to this perfume. It smells amazing. However, it is so expensive. This little bottle was $50, so I use it very sparingly. So in the meantime, when I don't feel like spraying myself with $50, I have been wearing the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Crush 62, which, okay, this is also kind of expensive, but it's obviously much bigger, and I love it. It is pistachio and salted caramel, and it smells so good. Like, it just smells like you're on vacation. And the 2 of them actually smell really good together, because this one is kind of like vanilla marshmallowy. And then my last favorite is all of the t-shirts that I've been wearing in this video. So if you somehow were able to make it through this video without commenting, where'd you get this shirt? Here you go, I'm gonna tell you. All of these shirts that I wore in this video are from Bookish Babe Designs. I believe they're still up on her website. I love them so much. I have so many things from her shop, and everything is just so great. So we have this one, which says always reading, dead or alive. Then we have Readers for Life Society. And then it even says on the back, we have Bookish Soul, which is so cute. I love this one. The Undead Readers Club. And then my personal favorite, which is these pumpkin skeletons. I also got a sweatshirt. I'll put a picture of it right here because I'm currently washing it. It's the Haunted Library sweatshirt, which I definitely will not be able to wear that anytime soon. But once it gets cold, you will catch me in nothing but that sweatshirt. It is so soft. So yeah, I believe all of these are still up on her website if you want to get them. I'm not sponsored at all. I bought all of these with my own money. Nobody needs to know how much I spent. So that is gonna be the end of this cozy reset video. I hope you guys liked it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and check out my Patreon where I post tons of exclusive content like that spoiler vlog for the Mindfuck series. You can check that out right now. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!